Alright, good luck, have fun, gentlemen. Let's have a clean game. No brutes. Clean game. No, brutes are fine-ish now. 150 is a lot. They're not 125, and they get much less attack speed with the upgrade. Okay, in the bottom left, we have our right and honorable msrm, who has just defeated, he's all warmed up, just defeated High in a best of 7. I was playing Celestials and Vanguard, so msrm has some experience and some warm up against Vanguard. And in the top right, we have Mr. Jayxp, who's under the clever disguise of Game Friend. But trust me, it's Jayxp. As Vanguard, he's already overcharged. How interesting. So with the overcharge, the Bobs are mining faster. So I wonder if Jay knows something that we don't. How could this be correct? J Tech, how can this be correct? They're now building the structure slower. What? Does the extra income from the speed outweigh the extra speed of the building? There's no way that's the case. This is some J Tech. It's possible he pressed it by accident, but Jay is very good at RTS and has played a lot, so I don't know. He has just finished a full work day at his job, so maybe he's tired. Another one. He just did it again. Off cooldown. Well, this finished and he immediately... Huh. J Tech. I hate not knowing if this is terrible or okay or really good. I hate not knowing. That was intentional though. It was off cooldown. You know, the command posts, they all share the cooldown. Another Rax also getting the benefit of servo, servo overcharge. Servo charge. Aureil is watching right now. Tell him to join. Yeah, he's more than welcome. I didn't want to overbook everyone, right? Like, I already made Jay wait to play this. But if Aureil wants to jump in the next one, I'll message him. I'll message him after this game. Because originally this was msrm versus Jay. High stepped in when Jay wasn't here for an hour, which was very convenient, but Jay had to wait a bit to play. msrm losing Jay on the high ground, by the way. If you are following a unit on an A move, it will just get lost. msrm in the health camp now, and there's 2 brutes. Obviously the Lancers don't want to chase that. We're up to 3 racks. A couple of guys mining gas. One of them just was idle from the harassment earlier, but that's whatever. Running in now, 2 Lancers, turning around. msrm with a 3rd shrine already, all off of the back of a single iron vault. 3 Lancers gunning down the injured brute, deciding to go home with it. You can see it's interesting, right? Like, you have some points on the map that provide value.
Dimensional rift detected.
You have a much bigger point of the map where you want to scrap around, but Lancers do not beat brutes by any means. We have some exos coming in. We saw High make the exos work quite well. Another servo charge happening here. It looks like he's just using it all the time to get that extra mining.
Stormgate has appeared.
Which is cool. I haven't seen anyone else do this yet. He's gonna maybe try and get on top of the gaunts. Just scrapping around, but it always feels like the brutes win these trades, no? Sure, excellent. We got Aureil as well. So it's King of the Hill best of 3. The winner of this stays on, and then we'll have Aureil in, and then it'll be High, and then whoever loses this. And there we have it. Yeah, the brutes are just too good in these early trades. Trying to contest this important thing in the middle. When your units are just worse. The brute split as well, catching all the exos now. A brutal exchange. Effigies in abundance now as well. Stormgate goes the way of the Infernal. What do we get? A Soulforge, the copy unit. So this might be a Magmadon or a Hellborn. Probably one of those two. I mean, it's MSRM, so we can't rule out waiting for the dragon and just getting another one. We cannot rule this out. Yeah, I can send these to Algo. I can put them on the Discord for everyone to cast if they want. MSRM does love the dragon. We played for 8 hours in customs. The amount of times he hit me with 4 dragons is too many times. Way too many times. Is Twilight Spire unlocking Elder Shrine? So we could start that Elder Shrine. Jayxp having a Poke Weaver, catching an Exo. Almost getting a Tribute Pyre. Oh, man. MSRM is on 4 Shrine right now. He's a happy bunny. Elder Shrine is on its way. And once that's done, as long as MSRM has the resources, instant dragon and then an instant second dragon. Wait, did MSRM F2? Oh no, it's here. Soulforge, I think it gets caught. All of these relics get caught in the F2. So if you're not careful, you could end up losing it. Because it's this just bumbling 200 health totem right now. It's like a precious egg that must be protected. And it is going to be a double dragon timing to end this. Brute Gaunt, Hellborn, and a Weaver. Able to hold any aggression. Vanguard can get a 3rd base up, could even get a 4th base up, but trying to deal with a double dragon at the 7-minute mark. He's got his Soulforge ready. Yeah, he's not going to contest this Stormgate. He doesn't want to risk. There's the dragon. There's the second dragon. I mean, now he could contest the Stormgate. If he hits this army from the back with 2 dragons, what do? Or he could just run into his opponent's base, knowing his units are over here. And Jay right now, looking at this. GG, yeah. Where's the second dragon? Is it split off? Yeah, it's split off. 1 dragon in the main, 1 dragon in your 3rd. What do? Brutal. Monk! A classic monk moment. Okay, MSRM up 1-0 in this best of 3 with the double dragon finisher, but that's not really what won him the game. That's just winning the game with some style. Okay, fast barracks. I did like the innovation from Jay. At first I was like, this looks really stupid. Then I realized he was able to use a second servo overcharge immediately after his command post was done. And then it felt a lot smarter. So Jay impressing us with his big brain. Doesn't have a big enough brain to kill 2 dragons at the 7-minute mark, but I'm not sure if Einstein himself could have done that, so we'll forgive him for that, for sure. Looks like a fast Lancer coming out. MSRM with the Iron Vault expand into a 3rd shrine is how he usually does this, but we'll see if he changes it. But it seems like a super solid way to play against Vanguard in particular. Not against other Infernals, probably not against Celestials. I think you need 2 structures against Celestials to stop the Argent opener. There's the shrine. So the Iron Vault finishes. You will have just enough supply to make a Brute to go scout. Oh shit! Jay being cheeky, just like High, but a different version. High went immediately across the map and proxied the barracks. The Brute has scouted this. The servers try and surround the Brute, but it's not as easy as it sounds. Mixer was like, yeah, just use servo overcharge, you can kill anything. It's not as easy as it sounds. Servers have plenty, 10 seconds left of charge here. Effigy goes down. Does it cut off the shrine? It doesn't, no. That Iron Vault providing enough coverage. Brute will go across the map. Servos immediately building a sentry post. So that will protect against one Brute. And we have denied the expansion here. The question is, how do we follow this up for Vanguard? Infernals will be stuck on one base, which is nice, but what do we do with our 6 stranded servos and half mining base at home? msrm able to get some imps off of this, even squeezes out that last imp there. So it would have been nice to use this to create some effigies. Alright, there it is. The command post with 2 bunkers ready to defend it. But msrm will get tier 2, he's already getting it. And this will create a Hellborn and start pelting the base here. And then the question once again is, what does Vanguard do about that? How does Vanguard deal with early game Hellborn? We have lots of bobs. This is this is what we do. Oh, this is genius. This is genius. msrm's not going to have Ethereum mining. He has enough for one thing. Is it going to be a Magmadon to deal with the servers, or is it going to be a Hellborn? I think msrm will try and stabilize and get a Hellborn.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
No one saw it coming. I definitely didn't. Imps versus servo overcharged bobs. They've got 25 armor. They got an extra 4 damage. msrm, his worker count is crumbling. Is Jay doing it? Look at all these injured imps. Gotta kill those injured imps. Yes. Kill that injured imp. Yes. Kill this injured imp. That's good. That's the good stuff. Of course. What else? What else? Evacuation from the main. We're mining with 12 here. There's a Hellborn. msrm's on 7 workers in his main. We don't have the energy for a servo overcharge, which is truly criminal. Selling the bunkers, repairing off the damage. It's for the energy. It's for the energy, guys. It's for the energy. And now again, here we go. This is gonna work as well. Yes. Go, Jay, go. Activate. Hellborn going down. The gremlins are helping out though, 6 damage apiece. msrm scrambling to get some more Therium. This Hellborn's going downtown. He's going downtown, I say. That gives the bobs, the servers, some extra rank. Magmadon, that is the answer, surely. We're fast though. We're fast. We can avoid the trample. Oh no, the bobs are AFKing. Gotta split them up. Split them up. There's the trample, but we're still overcharged. Now we're not overcharged. Oof. Pain. Do have a bit of mining. Do have a bit of mining. msrm has got 7 workers. He's just made 4 more imps. There's 1 Magmadon causing trouble. Trample. Trample's activated. We have to respect it. We have to respect it. This is not respecting it, Jay. Jay? That's a lack of respect. Oh, but he's still surrounding it. We will have another servo overcharge when this hits 50. Split them up. Split them up. He can't be everywhere. Actual cinema. Surround sound. There's the overcharge. Only on 3 workers though. Trample's activated. Respect it. No, don't follow it. It's still doing damage. The gremlins. The one servo attack. GG, he was so close. The Magmadon was a true king here. I really love the extra command post just for the servo overcharge. I really do. What a great game. The triple expand eco opening. Yeah, you can't call this a cheese. 3 base Vanguard can't beat 1 base
A
Infernal.
Stormgate will activate soon.
I can't believe this balance, Monk. That was actually sick. This will work against most Infernal players. I tried. That was sick, Jay. I'm so happy. What a great series. It was a short series, but it was a great series. Alright. Let's get Aureil in against msrm. 2 Europeans. No need to fuss around with servers. Just, yeah, join party, I guess. Or create a open one. Aureil, I take it you'll be playing Celestials. msrm versus Aureil. msrm created a game. Are we joining? Jay always finds, I mean, I'm constantly trying to figure out what Jay does and thinking there's no way it makes sense, and then it makes so much sense, and it looks really close. The first game as well, Jay, when you immediately servo overcharge, expand without any servo overcharge being used, but then you get to use it again once the next one is finished. And then it looks like it makes sense again. He's just using brain cells that I don't have. Alright, everyone's ready? No? Yes? We're starting. Good. The highest IQ Stormgater we have. I think so. It's hard to argue with it. Alright. In the top right, we have our King of the Hill, managing to be high then Jay, and now facing Aureil in the bottom left. It's msrm, I forgot to say his name, and now we go back here and say it's Aureil again, doing the Celestial opener. msrm knows all about this opener. I did it for like a few hours against him yesterday. He faced it on the ladder, I'm sure. He faced it against high. Going with the Iron Vault. Just a single Iron Vault? Okay. So the idea is you make Argents, 3 of them. This needs to be searched. Aureil turned around and killed that goat to get 3 energy on his Argent. So he's 3 energy closer to his 50 energy power shot. Making use of the land and what it provides. msrm now going for what? An expand? Ooh, I mean, I don't know if msrm can hold this. If he can, he should be super happy. Iron Vault providing the shroud necessary for this shrine, so the effigy loss is not very important, other than this Argent is closer to get the power shot. Imp's being used aggressively. Ooh, why didn't that brute attack even once? He was so close twice to attacking. Alright, Argent's taking a few scraps. They're getting close to their power shot. If Aureil is careful, he can make sure that the power shot isn't wasted on an imp or something. Or maybe it'll be good on an imp, who's to say. We are banking imp charges. We have a second shrine up already. The collection area is not ready for Celestials. Okay, here comes 2 Gaunts, 2 Fiends, and a Brute. Okay, pretty big that Infest landed there. Wasn't guaranteed. Fiends survive. And it is just 3 Argents. A 4th one is finally made. Oh no, Aureil let the Gaunts hit again. Lost an Argent there. MSRM. Yeah, okay. That's going to be another Argent. Or is it? No. Very close. Splits a Brute. He's going to get 2 Argents for it, so that's worth the Brute, obviously. That was nice. 1 hit on each injured guy. Doesn't want to lose the Fiends. You can see how quick they are with the Brute Split extra speed. MSRM now half saturation on his main, on his natural. Already 5 guys on gas. Meanwhile, Celestials is behind economically. The 5 extra guys is big, right? Like if you add them to the natural, that's full 2 base saturation. Celestials isn't on 2 base saturation yet. Emissary managing to hold with a Iron Bolt expand into Conclave. Stormgate is down now, and this doesn't look great for Celestials because you get here, you put the effigies down, and then
A Stormgate has appeared.
Gaunts are just doing crazy damage. Third base is being prepped. Mr. Yeah, building the meat farm. Another effigy goes down. That's permanent, so that doesn't get sniped down. And the Fiend Cascade, the Phantom Cascade is already occurring. Have to be careful, obviously. Effigy being sniped, but then another one. They're very accessible. Emmistrom's had this natural down for a while now, because he went Iron Vault Expand and got away with it. His units hanging in the bushes waiting for the Argents to come, I guess. Stormgate goes the way of Infernals. What do we have? We're thinking. Creeping Horror. That's pretty good against Argents. I actually had a game against Aureil on the ladder today. I managed to do a ton of eco damage, but then he got the Stormgate and got a Creeping Horror, and it got very close. And he just managed to win, but I had like 3 times the amount of Argents and managed to snipe the Horror eventually, but it was very close because of this unit. So what it does is slow the movement speed with splash damage by 50%. So if it hits something, it's got a range of 8, so it will hit something. It slows them down and they can't run away. So if you're trying to kite the brutes and you've got this behind it, it's very difficult. And it looks like one of these again. MSRM did this against High very successfully. Making the Spriggans against Argents very effective with just some units on the ground, like with brutes in front. Hellborn shoots a tree out of pure rage. You see the Creeping Horror, they're slowing down all of these units. I wonder if this thing heals on Shroud, like an Infernal unit. Probably not. Needs to be out of combat for a while before it kicks in. You see the Creeping Horror slowing down a lot of units there and creating more kills than would be there otherwise. Aureil on 3 bases. Comfortably. 3 base saturation. MSRM is pushing with the Creeping Horror, a Hellborn. And here comes the source. Just 5 Spriggan for now. That will get higher later. Targeting the Arc ship. It's not really worth doing that now that you can surge it and it gets so much health regen. And Aureil not sure what to shoot here. He kind of wants to shoot the brutes. He wants to shoot the Spriggan too. Is this a bait? Are we not going to surge this? Where's the surge? He has energy. Ah, he forgot to surge it. Surging it would have saved it. I thought it was maybe a clever bait, but then he just never surged it. 1 Magmadon. Creeping Horror looking low on health. MSRM just said, heck this unit, let it die. Yeah.
Detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Doubt that Stormgate will be a center of attention. Does MSRM have energy? He does not for effigies. That's why he hasn't put in. Oh, he's got one up here actually. A permanent one. Magmadon causing havoc with some gaunts behind it. Everything becomes fiends. No Sovereign's Watch energy. GG is called. MSRM taking the first game. Somehow holding this OP Celestial opener with just an Iron Vault into an expand into a Conclave. Hard to say if Aureil was at fault, if he could have microed any better to do that, or if the recent patch that we had a couple hours ago has made the difference. Wish I had 5 extra men on me. Apop Stepsis is here. Damn, we're having a good stream when Apop Stepsis appears. Fantastic. Alright, nice game. I feel like the Creeping Horror actually made a big difference for that push. The Spriggan were like being built up, taking a while to get there, and then they eventually did. I'm not sure if they were that good. It takes a lot of investment to get those Spriggan. See the army value there, the 3 Argents kicking in. Then msrm catches up, dips for both players, and then look at this. Yeah, do check out the patch. I should probably join this lobby. I was summoned. Hello, Stuck. Stuck and Stepsis in the same chat. The moons have aligned. Nice to see you, Stuck. Hi, are you still available to play in the King of the Hill after this? Could be as little as 1 game. Maybe Aureil will cook something up. He is known for cooking. I am impressed that msrm held that with just the Iron Vault. This map is shorter. Looks like Aureil's going to do the same thing. The map is much shorter, so the Argent will arrive earlier. We'll see if that means msrm wants another production structure, or if he's happy to try and defend it. Oh no, look, something else is happening. Therium Purifier. So some fast gas and an extra fast prism for Celestials. We'll see what Aureil decides to do. That could be Seraphim, because msrm has been going Iron Vault, so he doesn't have any gaunts for a long time. If the Seraphim can get on top of the gaunts at a good moment, things can work out very nicely. We do have another Morph Core. It looks like he's waiting. Is he waiting for money, or is he waiting for the chamber to finish? Is it going to be a Starforge? Vectors? No, it's going to be another Therium Purifier. So why did we need the chamber? We could have had the Therium Purifier earlier. It looks like Aureil is cooking up a build on the spot here, because he could have definitely just had this Therium Purifier before the chamber. If this was the build he was going for, we already can see that. But yeah, it looks like fast tier 2. I think you can surge this. And then you get tier 2 mega quick. If that even matters though. The Scouting Brute into 3 Shrine. msrm being incredibly greedy. And seeing that his opponent is being very tech heavy. But no units. There's the Legion Hall. You are, excellent. So High is here for the next best of 3. I think Aureil's trying to trap the Brute inside the base. The Brute has been chopping down the array. It's almost down to half health. It's a very hard-working Brute. The first Seraphim has been surged. Now we have minus 25% production. We surge it again. I mean, there's a huge risk of this array dying to the Fiends. Nope. Maybe not such a huge risk. The Fiends are stuck. We do get a free Brute, basically. msrm is up 6 workers over here. He's got another 3 on the gas. And how does he respond? He's getting 2 Conclaves. And he's just going to sit there with Gaunts and defend this. The first Stormgate might go the way of the Seraphim. Seraphim doing crazy amounts of extra damage to the Stormgate. I think it's 400%. I'm not mistaken. So they do rip through the Stormgate very quickly. We have 3 Seraphim against 4 Gaunts here.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
Okay, poison has been put. The Infest has been added to the Seraphim. Taking down there. Yeah, and Aureil doesn't want to commit to a fight, even though it's like 3 Seraphim to 4 Gaunts. He doesn't want to commit to that fight. He will get the Stormgate.
A Stormgate has appeared.
I mean, msrm could go to the Stormgate with the Gaunts and then lose all of his imps to the Seraphim. He's got a hard choice, but Stormgate will activate soon. See how quick that was? That's crazy. Freyan would be perfect here. What did we get instead? The clone thing could be good. Avatar. Anything could be good here. Shadow Mark. So that will boost the production speed of these Legion Halls. We don't have tier 3 on the way. I mean, these 3 Legion Halls kind of already... they kind of already produce all the resources. Like, he can spend all his resources. But it's being boosted by 40% now. So there's going to be 1 million Seraphim. msrm getting a Ritual Chamber so we can get the upgrade. And also 2 Spires. 3 Spires. Shadow Flares obviously obliterate balls of air units. They're flying banelings. But if he splits them up, he can mitigate some of that damage. It's just, you know, over the long game. msrm is just up. He's on 4 shrines now. That 4th one's growing. msrm cutting the trees here. Making sure that he can get to his 4th base or 4th shrine. Finding a nice spot here, killing imps. Good. Ritual Chamber is not getting the Gaunt speed upgrade. And actually the Gaunts have been found and picked up. 1 billion Shadow Flares are here. Aureil does a nice split. Loses some of the Seraphim, but not all of them. By any means. Gaunts are coming in. That's a lot of Gaunts and should be enough to deal with this. There's the Shadow Fire debuff on some of these. So it's losing 200 armor. That's a big amount of armor to lose. Takes a lot more damage from the Gaunts. And good damage from the Seraphim, honestly. Like, that's more than you can expect. A couple of Shadow Flares just to threaten. Like, if he balls up like this, yeah, even 2 Shadow Flares are a huge threat. So now we're very afraid. Oof, the Shadow Flares all go on 1 Seraphim. That's not ideal. But target firing the Seraphim down now are the Gaunts. msrm just has enough money, income and production probably to shoo this away. 2 Shadow Flares fly in, get a good hit. Very good hit. The Infest also ticking down all these injured Seraphim. Yeah, msrm just has, you know, let's call it 2 mining Luminite bases. He can afford to lose a lot, and the trades have been good for Aureil. Shadow Flares once again hitting a single Seraphim, not ideal. But
Dimensional rift detected.
just the one.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
Yeah, just the one Luminite mine for Aureil. Spriggan are out, and obviously they slow the movement speed down of units. Meaning if Aureil hangs around for even a small while, he's going to be too slow to escape the Spriggan and the rest of the army. He will get the Stormgate. The damage is very good, so he's all-inning on the rewards. Maybe he gets the giant demon guy. Sky Hunters, wow, that is lucky. These things do crazy damage to air. 44 damage to air at a decent attack speed. With a decent range, it's like 10 range, yeah. So you see they throw rocks and stun the air units, that's pretty good. They're being sent to defend. Couple of hits there just to slow the production speed. Going for the array. It does have Sovereign's Watch. Yeah, there it is. Sovereign's Watch being activated. Shadow Flies hugging the Seraphim before exploding. Big connects there. The rock lobbers can't get into Aureil's main. But they are reaching him from the low ground. Aureil killing his own power bank to try and get the rock lobbers in there. Because msrm's next move is probably to attack the array once Sovereign's Watch is over, and the rock lobbers are already there. So killing that power bank nets 2, maybe 3 Spriggan, so worth killing the power bank. msrm going to scout that there's gas mining here. The 1 Spriggan harassment force. Powerful. It's slowing the movement speed down. This little guy's going to take a long time to get to that arc ship. Oh, he's got friends. Oh, he's got so many friends. msrm not giving a shit about these rock lobbers. And saying, alright, I'll defend with Shadow Flyers and Gaunts at home, and I'll kill you with Spriggan. Very decisive. Very cool. Decisive Infernal defense here. GG is called, and msrm understanding the game state perfectly. Like, these guys are pretty trash at killing ground units. 12 damage. It's pretty bad. See how they barely get an imp there. As long as he doesn't have air units at home, these rock lobbers aren't going to get much done. He can outmaneuver them with the Spriggan. Cool plays from both players. Aureil making this work a lot better than I thought he would. Getting some serious damage with the Seraphim, but just not enough. msrm is a seasoned Infernal defender. He knows how to handle these situations. He cannot be stopped. That's true. He is the king of this hill. But yes, Monk, please nerf Cell. Cell's not allowed to be strong. We already know this. Seraphim are so goofy. You don't like them? I like them. I think they're cool. They allow plays and, you know, maneuvering. Like, if you make a mistake, if msrm made a mistake, and, you know, sometimes he would by a couple of seconds out, -6 imps. One base Seraphim for 8 minutes is not the vibe. Alright, we are msrm versus High. Once more. He is the king of our hill. We do have a $14 prize pool, which should go to msrm since he's beaten all of our challenges so far. If you guys want to improve that prize pool, feel free. Okay, I don't know what High is playing, so I'll say C or V. Am I listening to Le Preux? I'm listening to Blue Sky's Muffler right now. It's Nina's playlist. She's just curated this a couple days ago and she shared it with me. It should say on my stream what I'm listening to. Aha, the Spotify song grabber has been deactivated for some reason. I'm a bad person. I'll activate that now so you guys can see what I'm listening to. There it is in the top right. I don't know why that was deactivated. May well have been a previous song, Ari man. Rashi, hey man. We have a king in chat. Okay, we are back to I versus msrm. I versus korv, which is a Swedish word for hot dog. Infernals versus hot dog. Check the previous songs. Goodness, you're so needy, Ari man, but I'll do it for you. Spartak, Ellie Brown, Mustard Pimp, Barnacle Boy, Raw Thang. I'm not seeing any Lepreux. I can link you this playlist. I'm sure Nina won't mind. Or maybe she will mind. Nina, are you here to tell me if you mind? That's a different playlist. That's my Stormgate playlist, Bartimus. No Lepreux. I'm sorry. But maybe I should listen to some. Alright, in the bottom left, we have our Right Honourable Vanguard High, who has already attempted to defeat msrm in a best of 7 and lost 1-4 in the way of msrm. And in the top right, we have msrm playing Infernals and not losing any games, because that's not something he does apparently. And in the chat, we have Rashi, who I hope is having a great day. Iron Vault Expand seems to be the way if you want to win this video game. Get a scouting brute, apply some pressure, harassing. What's not to love? Looks like an expand first for High. Interesting effigy positioning. Does it cover this shrine? I think that's built 1 square to the left of optimal shrine placement, which I know is annoying msrm right now. So he's already lost the mental game. High is standing strong with his perfectly placed command post. Barracks is being built with a single barracks, with a single server, which means this brute will be here and there'll be no Lancer for a long time. Because the way I'm playing Vanguard, I build this barracks with 5 bobs, so I can get this Lancer out as soon as possible. But High is super good at this micro, which I will be copying. You need to get 3 bobs on the guy that's getting targeted. You get whacked again. You put 3 bobs on the injured one. Servos. I'll stop dead naming them. Got 2 guys on gas, on Therium. Okay, got another effigy here, providing Shroud Shrine. Lancer is here, trying to protect this bob. I think it's going to die, this servo. Lost a servo and all this mining time. So that doesn't feel great, it really doesn't. This one brute is providing full scouting. Very important, shouldn't be underestimated. As well as eco harass. And behind this we can get 3 shrine. Seems very solid. Like if there is a solid way to play Infernals versus Vanguard, this is it. Remember, this injured brute can get to the health thing. But unfortunately the Lancer is faster than the brute, so this brute will probably die and should die before it gets anywhere useful. Trying to trick him out on the high ground. There is a slight high ground here. Down goes the brute. 2 Lancers chopping 1 brute. We're playing Fiendy Lancer, where the Fiends try and bait the Lancer. And Lancer try and hit the Fiend. There it is. Okay, so perfect exchange for our Lancer player. Get scammed, Aureil, man.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
He was just trying to help, but he also just scammed you. Okay, msrm not going for his middle shrine here. He likes to put a shrine here that covers both of these gases very efficiently, but this time he's opted not to and is focusing the Luminite. Brute Gaunt versus some Exos, some Lancers. So similar composition. In theory this is high attack in the Exos. It should be good, but this seems to beat it. At least at this stage of the game. Infest being applied quite comfortably to these units. So the more you kind of like back and forth, the more it favors Infernals because of the Infest. Get the Tormentor, guys. We need the Shard. Bartimus, they finally made Stormgate something you can appreciate. This guy is insistent. Oh, nice snipe on the Gaunt there. But we lose a Lancer for it, so it wasn't worth it. Oh, but we get a Brute and some Fiends, so maybe it was worth it. Angry Crab providing a lot of DPS in the backline here. But is it enough DPS? Second Angry Crab coming in. Stuttering forward, trying to get on top of the Angry Crabs. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he should turn here. If you can get the Hellborn getting hit by a single Brute, that sounds like it's worth it. Do we have enough DPS to get this Stormgate? I don't think so. It's just 5 Exos. Ah, getting hit in the back like that really stings. That's on high, he didn't need to do that. Exos being targeted down. I don't think this is... Oh, maybe. He's getting distracted by the Hellborn though, he can't ignore that. It was close, he got 3 out of 4. Storm particles. I don't know what to call that. It has no armor type. No tag at all on the Stormgate, so there's no unit that you prefer other than just raw DPS. Okay, we do have a Twilight Spire behind this. 2 Iron Vault Conclave. Five racks, third base. Pumping Exos. This is like old school Vanguard versus Infernal. I've tried this myself. I'm not a big fan. It seems like the Exos are underperforming. And the Lancers just get absolutely annihilated by Hellborn. It is not comical. But, you know, in terms of economy, it's very close. They're both on 3 base. They're both very low on Therium. msrm now going up to 7 on this one, but he's got 2 there, 3 there. Lotharian plays. Whoops. So we've reached the mid game. The next Stormgate will be occurring soon.
Dimensional rift detected.
It's the same one,
Will activate
and it's
soon.
right in front of MSRM's base, but we do have the health camp to fall back to if things get too heavy. Effigy, they're probably just scouting, getting the next effigy as well. Instantly replaced.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Stormgate's coming in, and you have these Hellborn, which are able to shoot the Stormgate very well, but also able to peck over it and hit the Lancers if they want to. It looks like it's neck and neck in terms of the damage output. So one of these will turn, you know, they'll change color depending on who's winning the fight. Dragon is out, that's it. I don't know how you're supposed to deal with this. We need a Sentinel. There's a hangar bay being produced, but that's a long way away from that Sentinel. And even if we have the Sentinel, we need to be able to kill the dragon, or the army and then the dragon. I'm not sure how viable that is. Stormgate isn't going either way yet, but the fight is going one way. The dragon just providing this anchor. Oh, good damage on the dragon, but it's never going to go down to these Exos. Maybe the Hellborn can go down though. No. Huge phantom explosion, and the army gets routed with the dragon chasing it. We're in the help camp now, which is nice. Big perk. But yeah, Vanguard just don't have the tools to deal with this early dragon timing. msrm seems to be aware of this. Flak cannon. Able to peck at this dragon, but remember the dragon can constantly heal itself with its 2 spells. Do the Hellborn have any ground counter? Well, a ball of Exos is in theory the counter. You know, light, causing a lot of overkill on the Hellborn. So running at them with Exos does work, but the dragon doesn't really have a ground counter is the problem. There are unstable Necrolusks, which are Banelings. They're very slow, movement speed 2.5, which is slower than anything in the game. msrm's putting them into his dropships, and he's going to drop them in somewhere very smart. Again, winning with style. I would already consider the game won, but this way you get to do it in style, and msrm is a stylish kind of guy. So he has 3 of these Banelings, 3 dropships. Dragon diving in. We'll obviously watch these dropships. He's coming in. Ah, explosions. Explosions and a Magmadon as well. I don't know if he dropped them because they exploded so quickly. I don't know if a couple of them didn't explode, but he did connect. And that again was just for show. Real showman type, this guy. Sentinel did get the dragon, so that's out of play for a while. Another 5 seconds there. But just no ground army to deal with the infernal ground army, even with the dragon disabled. Another disable going down. Just not enough DPS. Enough anything. We're down 100 supply at this point. GG is called. Good effort from High, trying to make bio work once more. msrm just getting comfortably to that 3 base saturation off of 1 Iron Bolt and then getting a dragon seems to be very effective. GGG. The king of the hill, Mr. Mushroom Man. It's very clean as well. The Iron Vault Expand allows you to scout and react accordingly. And seemingly it can hold everything. I thought it wouldn't hold the 3 Argent opener from Celestials, but he held that as well. So against both Vanguard and Celestials, it seems like this is the opener. How do you place collection arrays? With the Morph Core? What do you mean, young poke gamer? You mean how do you build one? Nerf to Surge makes a huge difference. Yeah, apparently. Apparently it's enough to hold now with 1 Iron Volt. Played versus Volt expand last patch, and that was easy. -6 imps. Now I can kill 1. If you're lucky. Alright. High on 0, msrm on 1. In this King of the Hill. At least Celestials had good early game for a day. Oh, we're mixing it up with a Conclave this time. msrm, tired of winning, trying something else. Keeping it funky. Servo zooming at the speed of light to the natural. Full memes. msrm going for the Conclave into Moron Shrine, we call this. But it's actually the msrm Shrine. He came up with this. I go Seraphim and Imp can go for 3 shrines. Yep. Off of an Iron Bolt as well. Without a unit that hits up. I mean, you cooked your build slightly by going Chamber before your second Therium Purifier in that game, but it wouldn't have made a difference. None at all. But just so you know, in case you wanted to try that build slightly more efficiently. Iron Bolt, okay. We haven't made any units yet. msrm seeing no need to do that. Yeah, the chamber before the second purifier was a bit sad, but otherwise it was clean. You got the production thing as well. I mean, that's hard because I don't know if that was even any use. If you could afford 40% production speed on 3 Legion Halls on 1 base. So that was maybe a bit unlucky as well, not getting like a I was hoping you'd get the Faerun and you could sit on the low ground on Broken Crown with the Seraphim and just keep getting great trades. You would have been good with that micro and maybe made a difference there. But that's the StormGame random experience. 2 Gaunts saying hello to a Lancer. The Imps will be used to fight here. Imp defense, there it is. Going for the 5 racks once more is high. Sticking to his guns. He did get a really nice win in the first game on Boneyard against msrm in the best of 7. This is that map. The Boneyard map. But msrm kind of tricked himself into too much Therium, I think was the problem for him.
Dimensional rift
The
detected.
warbling of the Stormgate.
Will activate soon.
msrm with very efficient gas mining and also a saturated natural. High also on a saturated natural with slightly less gas mining, so income wise it's not too different.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Exo's rolling across the map to try and take the first Stormgate. msrm not willing to fight this. Has tier 2, has Aspire almost finished. This will probably be a Gaunt drop. Let's see if there's something super good in the Stormgate for high that will make an impactful attack. Got a copy, a slowing unit, and production boosting. That's really unlucky. So what was missing? The Avatar and the Faerun. I mean, the Faerun's definitely the best one. The slowing unit's not very useful. And I guess 1 extra Seraphim, not that great either. Keep saying requires Luminite, but I can't place it anywhere. I've never heard of this young poke gamer. Okay. keeping High busy, and we did get the Creeping Horror, which can slow down units in an AoE, dropping in their health camp. This does make dropping better. That's pretty nice. Not sure if it heals the units inside the cargo whilst they're in the ship or not. Sniping down a couple of servos maybe. Could load the injured Gaunt into the dropship to deny any kills on the Gaunts. Third base instantly saturated because we have the charges on the extra shrine as well. So lots and lots of imps for msrm if you want it, as the Vanguard player is trying to deal with drops. No Sentinel, no Hornet, nothing to stop the dropship. Flak cannons do work to deny the harass, but costly. And hard to get a flak cannon everywhere. These 4 servos also at risk. msrm showing us that Infernal still has the dropship play. Defending with Magmadon. Creeping Horror is there. Oh, look at that. The Magmadon moving very slowly once this thing hits it. So there it is, movement speed halved to 2. No escape for the Magmadon. So we do lose some bobs at the Therium, but able to push in quite well here with the Creeping Horror. Doesn't want to fight through the buildings against Hellborn, worried he's going to take too much damage. He backs off. Shooting the Conclave. That's the dropship. Oh god, that was sick. He used the recall on the dropship with 2 Magmadons in it, and the recall range is crazy, so he actually manages to recall it all the way there and immediately drop the Magmadons. That was actually really cool. msrm very good at using these dropships aggressively with Magmadons in them.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate
Run,
soon.
Creeping Horror, run! Sentinel is out, so that can disable the dropship. There it is. You can't drop anymore, so there's 2 Magmadons stuck in there, unable to do anything. Creeping Horror on 2 health. Oh, this is great.
A Stormgate has
What a
appeared.
turnaround. Okay, good. He sits underneath it, so it can't drop. It can't drop if there's stuff directly underneath it with no space. Kills a dropship with 2 Magmadons in it. msrm actually behind in supply by 20. And the Creeping Horror is still alive. It's getting healed by the medtech. It's biological light. So the units do have tags. That's good to know. Another disable on a Magmadon there. The Sentinel providing lots of value, as well as a speed buff to all the ground units. The play. Very impressive plays. Damn, this Creeping Horror has provided crazy value for the Vanguard army. Stopping the Infernals from really moving. Now, that one Magmadon trampling his way to a lot of value. Another Magmadon comes in. Once again, Creeping Horror slowing down the Magmadon. Don't die! No, it finally died at 8 minutes. It's been alive for about 4 minutes. It did its duty. R.I.P. King. msrm still behind in supply. Third base is up for high. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. Yeah, the Sentinel haste spot dispersal orb helping a lot against the Magmadon pushing. The Stormgate's about to expire. The action's too hot for anyone to send units there. Sick plays from high. He does deserve the win, but I'm not sure if he'll get one. Gets to the Stormgate just as it expires. Sag. 2 imps on their way to build a meat farm and a shrine. There is a sensor drone scouting for this from high. So solid, diligent play. And these things are much more viable and accessible now, because before they would share the same resource as your other top bar things. Now you can't really rely on getting promotes or anything. And you also have, three command posts generating energy, so because of this, Sensor Drone is able to find the base and deny it. Very nice play. Yeah, some solid plays from high. This is his map. He does very well on this map. msrm taking his double gas now, so he should be rocketing in gas, and he will be getting a dragon, I imagine. It's not an msrm game without an Elder Shrine and a dragon. But the look at that, 4 sentinels are up and running. So you can disable the dragon, you can disable the magmadons.
Dimensional rift detected. A storm gate will activate soon.
So this is nice, disabling the dragon and poking forward. Keeping msrm on his toes.
A storm gate has appeared.
I will say this, it's crucial that msrm doesn't get the storm gate, because if he gets the copy thing and gets an extra 3 dragons, that's a problem. I mean, that's very risky. If the sentinels are there to disable the dragon when it's over Ethereum like that, that's a dead dragon. Magmadon's kind of getting stuck there. Some nice disables on them. Another disable on the dragon. Sentinels probably have some nano swarm on them, I would assume. And with all the core units of the Infernal Army disabled, I was able to just swarm it and get on top of it. The dragon now at risk. Down it goes. Shadowflyers arrive, but unable to get on top of the sentinels with so many exos on the ground. And Hai taking another fantastic trade. Probably could take the Stormgate if he wanted to. It's going to be about a 3rd time left by the time he gets there. He has a lot of exos. So potentially this has 6,000 health he needs to chew through, which is quite a lot. He does have a lot of exos. 3/4 of the way, he just got that one thing left. And it's all his. Alright, let's see what we get. Could be the big demon dude, some copiers. 3 soul forgers, so yeah, he can copy, he can get another 3 sentinels if he wants. Helicarriers, Vulcans, whatever he wants. Even copying medtechs. Any Hytherium unit here. There's no obvious choice like there is for the dragon. Helicarrier would be a nice one, but at the same time it just dies super hard to Shadowflyers. He is making, yeah, he's making 1 Helicarrier, so it's going to be 3 extra Helicarriers that he gets. He'll be able to hit with 4 of them. He's also getting the bomber upgrade, so they're invisible. I mean, I wonder if he can harass this with sentinels. Because there's no defenses here, there's no reactive tower anymore for infernals. And the sentinels do 10 damage each, so he could actually potentially harass Illuminate line with sentinels. There it is, we're up to 4 Helicarriers all of a sudden, so huge resource boost for, and supply boost for Hai. There are 2 Magmadons hanging around, he's managed to clear out a base, I missed that, apologies. Sensor drone once again scouting this. Does he know about this base? He does, he's seen it, but he's choosing to ignore it for now. 5 full energy sentinels, he's managed to catch that. Can you not kill the shield manually and then the building? Shadowflyers, oh my goodness.
A storm gate will activate soon.
Okay, 1 goes down and another one as well. That's what I'm saying, it's just not the same as dragons. Helicarriers shooting their bombs out, actually getting decent connects there. Clearing the gaunts out.
A storm gate has appeared.
Has clicked return to hangar, so that will go back home at an increased speed. That's what I'm saying, the Shadowflyers do counter Helicarriers super hard. Great game by Hai, I agree. Very impressive game against msrm on this map in the best of 7, and now a very impressive game here as well. Magmadon's going around for the flank, I assume. One spawned from the Iron Vault, another 2 coming in there, or 3. X's with the tier 3 upgrade refusing to die. Look at how many super low health X's he has because of that upgrade. Another Magmadon popped out right before the Iron Vault dies. Nice play. 3 sentry post guarding that base. I mean, msrm really played it risky here. He has no reactive defense anymore, right? Like, if you get attacked as Infernals, you're on your own. So this could have been wiped out by like 2 Lancers or 3 Lancers. Especially with a promote placed on it. Actually, do we have promote energy? Yeah, we have 50 energy on 1, I think. 2. We can do 2 promotes. Good to promote the medtechs to increase their energy regen. They're a really good sink for XP there. It's a waste to put it on the helicarrier. These things are so hungry. Yeah, it's 3000 veterancy to get 1 rank on the helicarrier. And this promote only gives you 1000. So you need 3 promotes to get a single rank on the helicarrier. It's really not worth it. Oh, we caught the dragon with the sentinel. GG is called, and we're tying it up to 1-1. Oops. We'll just keep going. 1-1 to High and msrm. Superb game from High. msrm deviating from his OP Iron Vault expand build, and High able to capitalize. The veterancy level 3 plus avatar makes the helicarrier the most tanky unit in the game, 3.1k HP total. That is sick, but the way that Shadowflyers scale, it still doesn't matter at all, does it? That's probably like instead of 10 Shadowflyers, it becomes 12 Shadowflyers. The armor debuff is bonkers. But against Celestials, that's the one. Try and kill that with scythes. I mean, maybe Archangels. I mean, Sentinels disabling Archangels with helicarriers with high veterancy could be a problem. Oh, that's true. Great. Yeah, mind control. How can I forget the most OP? The most OP thing in the game, mind control. The ability that hasn't been successfully used in any tournament game up until now in 11 months. Alright. It's a close one. At least msrm has dropped a map. He probably forgot what that feels like. I mean, is it back to the one expand, the Iron Vault expand, or is it experimental stuff? msrm with a still a tough game. It wasn't a clean, easy victory for High. He made it work. But msrm puts up a fight regardless of the state of the game. Once again, he's playing a spicy Conclave. Effigy over here, Conclave. It is Broken Crown, so the cheese potential is high. And we'll see what High decides to do. Looks like just a normal expand first. Kind of janky servo movement, but yeah, it's just an expand first. I don't know, we don't have a name for this shrine, but it's almost a Moron shrine, which is usually here. This is still a good one for Therium. I wonder if it's going to be some sort of low ground Hellborn with Weaver to provide high ground vision play. But it's too early to say. We have the Conclave there. It doesn't have to make units, but it could if there's some stress. msrm feels coming his way. Wait, what the heck? We have a bonus Wallace here. Where did this Wallace come from? Where did this Wallace come from? Yeah, there is Wallace. You're spamming these poor players' game right now. Wild Wallace appears. Okay, rallying to the gas that's closest to the shrines. A very efficient gas mining. We're gonna have a ton of from the underworld. We have a ton of therium coming in. So fast tier 2 weavers are definitely on the menu. So Lancer coming out. Barracks, 3 barracks. Couple of guys on gas. msrm has still not made a unit. He has not felt the need to, but once he sees this Lancer, he'll probably make at least 2 gaunts, maybe 4. We had a rule against observing, but he is wall-less. Lawless Wallace, as msrm has called him. Defending a Lancer with a single set of gaunts. What a king. But there's 2 Lancers coming in. Brute House almost finished. Imps being used aggressively. Ah! Let's not go losing a gaunt now. Okay, that's held. Can be a brute. Do we have tier 2 on the way anywhere? We do not. I knew he meant lawless. It's okay. I explained it in chat or in stream. There is chat for observers, Wallace. They can see what you say, don't worry.
A StormGate will activate soon.
You are seen, Wallace. You are seen and appreciated. Okay, Lancer's healing. Stormgate is up. Do we have... Okay, we're making exos 4 at a time. We have 5 barracks.
Stormgate has appeared.
Might become 5 at a time. Yep, 5 at a time. Got quite a few gaunts. More gaunts than usual. Hellforge Spire. Do we have tier 2? So yeah, we're going gaunt heavy. Ah, that's the problem. They just kind of die if they get attacked. If they don't get attacked, they're quite happy. It looks like, yeah, msrm giving up the Stormgate. What do we get? It is a indecisive height. There it is. A creeping horror. I mean, this thing does seem to be quite good if you can keep it alive. There's no healing for Vanguards, but once that kicks in and you start healing the creeping horror, it feels like quite a decent addition to an army. Not as broken as the Freyan. The Faerun, sorry. And we do have this. The Harbinger of Doom. Has spotted the creeping horror. We're going to try and snipe it. Yeah, it kind of walked awkwardly there. Very low on health. It seems to be using some sort of speed ability. Hot dog, that's going to the health camp. I wonder if msrm will predict this. Oh, it died. It died to the honkin' infest. The Fiend of Truth. I mean, the Phantom of Truth telling msrm what happened. Otherwise, he doesn't know, right? But the Phantom tells him something died. Okay, high scrambling to deal with the drops. msrm dropping over the supply house. Gets a bob. A servo. Loses 3 gaunts for it. Not free. Third base on the way. Third base on the way. We do have more imp production for Infernal, so he can saturate a new base much faster. More Iron Volts being added in. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing with this Harbinger because it's forcing sentry posts. It's forcing defensive play. Don't want to... Oh, being sneaky with the Harbinger. Don't want to risk anything. Don't want to be losing the cargo there. Sentry post, sentry post. Yeah, lots of sentry posts coming in. A machine lab coming out. Do we have a mech bay? I wonder what that machine lab is for. Is it for the evac speed? Yeah, it's for the evac speed. Oh no, it's for sentinels. I'm crazy. That's not an evac. I lied to you, chat. It's a sentinel. Bio-sentinel does seem to be a common occurrence with our boy High, and he's making it work. It's a king of the hill. You are next, Wallace. Wallace, do you want to be next? Play the winner of High and msrm.
Detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Otherwise, I'll ask Jayxp. He should be next in the queue. If my tired brain remembers anything. And then what would be Aureil?
A Stormgate
Yeah,
has appeared.
Jayxp, Aureil, and then back to the loser of this series. Oh, the Sentinel is out. Losing the drop, but getting the Stormgate. Must be worth it. We have the upgrade on the brutes. We have a dragon. msrm's been a busy boy behind all this. He's got a 4th base. And what do we get? If it's the copy thing, we're in trouble. No, it's the anti-air unit. So the Sentinels will get targeted down. Yeah, look at that. Stunning. Decent damage against Sentinels. They look a bit like Groots from the Guardians of the Galaxy, but yeah, they're actually able to shoot this Sentinel shield, the bubble, and free the dragon, which is a cool use of this actually. Down goes the Sentinel. Yeah, these things are really useful. People complain that Infernals doesn't have anti-air. Well, here's the anti-air. Sky Hunters. Hunting the skies. Again, yeah, you see the bubble getting killed. No! Oh god, I thought we killed the dragon. I was like, no! That's not the way. Shit. What was it hitting? Because I swear it already killed the bubble. Must have been another bubble? I don't know. We'll never know. Blade Dragon. Uncontested. Yeah, the Sky Hunters are such a good counter to the Sentinel. There they go, lobbing rocks at the bubble again. That's crazy. Yeah, this is super good. GG, msrm, king of this hill. King of the hill is our boy. He has beaten everyone that we have thrown at him. Heck, dude. Alright, Wallace didn't reply, so I'm going to assume he is unavailable to play. But I'll ask Jay again. I'm not sure if he's here. GGG. The Wild Wallace appears out of nowhere. Yeah, I was surprised too. Now I can legally complain about Infernals. He doesn't lose. This Infernal player, at least, doesn't lose. Jay is available to play. I mean, he created some great games. Jay's brain is enormous. I don't know how else to say it. Everything he does doesn't make sense, and then all of a sudden it makes so much sense. I said wall instead of wall. Can you believe it? You did it again. The one thing that can stop msrm is him trying to say the word law. I guess you were lawless all along, msrm. Alright, Jayxp and msrm once more. Please party up and create a lobby. I'll go stretch my legs. Nino Madaus. He's got dudes with swords in my chat. Nice to see ya. Alright, so how many is it? 4 series now? 5, including the best of 7? msrm is one. This hacking king guy. Oh, I should change my title. It's now msrm versus Jayxp. It's very convenient. I only need to change one name at a time. But really nice game again on Boneyard against High. High able to take a win. Sentinel bio looks sick. I need to try it. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we saw would work really well against slightly less good Infernal players. Like Jayxp's Bob Overcharge attacks would definitely kill a lot of Infernal players on the ladder. Just msrm has that undying cockroach philosophy. He doesn't quite die to anything. And if you let him survive on 7 imps, then he'll make the right unit and just crush you with it. Alright, here we go again. It's msrm versus Jayxp. They had some crazy games. Absolutely crazy games in the last series. Okay, last best of 3. I'll have to eat and sleep. Okay. He has been defeated by his own biology. In the bottom left, we have Jayxp with 3 guys on gas very quickly. And then we have the king himself, Mushroom Man, unable to lose a series today. Having to stop because he needs to eat and sleep and stuff. Getting an Iron Vault probably on the low ground here. But maybe after msrm leaves, we can have a new king. A vacancy has been made, so 4 guys on gas into a barracks. This will allow a fast tier 2. Unfortunately, they moved tier 2 veterancy to tier 3 veterancy, so you don't get that extra power spike from tier 2. But you can still get hedgehogs, Vulcan, Hornets. That's about it that you could viably go for. One servo is chilling. The shift click not quite happening, but there it is. He's back to work. Iron Vault expand. Clearly the most stable way of opening as Infernals. Because you get the scout, you apply pressure. If you lose the brute, you at least save the fiends, which can then come back and rescout. It is a mech bay. It is tier 2. So this tier 2 allows for Vulcans. And also maybe a hangar bay to get an evac and do a Vulcan drop. A scrap. Oh, I think this is Rampart. I assume it's Rampart. Lancer comes out. He's going to miss the brute. Mech bay is idle. Oh, we need a habitat. Yeah, we haven't got a habitat yet. Heck. Full surround on the brute there. Very nice. Oh, but we lose a servo. Heck. Natural's up. Conclave coming out. A third base behind as well. So third base into Conclave. Lancer is chopping. We have a scrapyard, but no one on the scrapyard. We have a Vulcan coming out. And so this habitat could turn into a rampart, but I don't see how this is going to do anything, but maybe Jay will once again surprise us. Brute hanging in the healing camp. Selling the barracks. So servo overcharge Vulcan push. Solar habitat on the mech bay. I feel like we can walk the Vulcan first, and then the Bobs will catch up. Because they're going to move at 5.5 move speed. Wait, but we didn't... Oh, we don't have it. You need 50 energy, we only have 47. Alright, well let's see what happens.
StormGate will activate soon.
A single Vulcan with infinite heal. Stun lands on the brutes. Decent damage. But you know, we're not mining at this point. We don't have a second Vulcan even. What was the point of the scrapyard, I wonder? Lancer chopping. msrm's gonna make a weaver. Yep, before I even finish the sentence. He's got a weaver, he's gonna hook it to the high ground. And kill it with brutes. Servo's unable to help out. The rampart. No, he went on the Lancer. He went on the Lancer. I thought it would be a rampart. This is a cool idea. Ah, the Lancer cooking everything. Heck. So the rampart has auto cast on it, and it cast on the Lancer instead of the Vulcan. Almost a really cool situation. Heck. msrm with the right tools in the right place. High ground weaver, yoink it up away from the repairing bobs. Cooked and booked. He makes it look easy, this guy. Well, after msrm leaves us to sleep, we could have Aureil versus Vanguard, or high playing Celestials versus Gamefriend, or we could do Vanguard Mirror. But Jay, with the spicy opener, tries the Rampart Vulcan. This msrm has got 3 bases by the time it hits, and Jay doesn't get to mine anything. It doesn't feel like it could work just from a resource point of view. Kill some trees. Re-effigy a bit lower. So we have Shroud here in case the fight gets pushed back. We have some Shroud here for the Gaunts. 4 servos. They're building a command post and not a sentry post on the other side of the map. Iron Vault expand. Are we going to build it like this? Okay. Instead of like this to get the Therium. Is it going to be a 3rd shrine? Probably a 3rd shrine here. Okay, no barracks yet for Jay. He's playing greedy. He got all of the servos out from the charges. So the Lancer isn't really going to be in time for the brutes. He'll have to micro to handle it. But, you know, like the shrine arrives much later for the Infernals, so extra workers for sure. Gamefriend up in supply, just doesn't have any units. So I don't know how the math works out, but it feels like it works out fine for the brutes. Oh, full surround. He's going to repair it. Okay, nice. Yeah. Servo's slower than the brute means that if it's injured, it's almost definitely going to die. You can't just run it away. You have to like body block it, run through resource. Like, look at this. He's just going to get chased down. Okay, so 2 servos going down. You do hate to see it. 2 idle servos for Jay. You also hate to see that. Obviously he's stressed. He's got a heckin' brute in his base. Brute goes down. Turns into 2 fiends. Going up to the Exo house. And we do have the 3rd shrine on the gas as expected. And some more production. Iron Vault Conclave. Two fiends waiting for their moment. They'll come in and get another scout. As msrm, he's probably already seen the biolab. And now he sees another Rax. So at least 3 racks, which could still be a 3rd base for Vanguard.
StormGate will activate soon.
Or it could be another 2 racks and start pumping units. Well, Lancers did dive in onto the Luminite line. The new production is finished, so made some units to deal with this.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Okay, Lancers jumping on the Stormgate. msrm not willing to contest this, already has a 4th shrine on the way. Not under Shroud though. That does hurt. Does he have enough energy? He does have enough energy for another Another energy for an effigy. There we go. Oh, there it is. Servos. 3-rack servos. Turrets are being built. What's the biolab for? I do just worry that Hellborn are going to make short work of this. We do have a creeping horror, which is cool. Some idle bobs. Magmadon's coming in. Interesting choice. I would have thought it was the Hellborn, but I guess against all of this melee stuff. The repair a bit late. Maybe would have been enough if we repaired it instantly, but maybe not, especially once these Hellborns come out. Just makes short work of this massive melee units. The Hellborn, the Magmadon, the Brutes. With some Infest peppered in the back there. Bonk. Jay is down 30 supply. msrm holds this comfortably with a 4th base. Lots of saturation on gas. Again, cool idea, but it's just, yeah, it feels like Infernals has the tools to deal with it. As long as you pick the right things. Magmadon, Hellborn, Weaver are your choices. It's usually reasonable to hold. Honestly, that servo rush where you turret rush and then build a command post just to servo overcharge again and attack the main with workers. That was truly beautiful and by far the most promising looking thing. Okay, servos once again used in an aggressive fashion. It's funny how the Magmadon seems necessary to deal with servo overcharge. Live Magmadon, he dies. He dies to workers. Vanguard's best unit. GG. Good effort, Jay. Brilliant. It's nice to see some cool ideas being thrown out there. And nice to see msrm crush everything. So we have our reigning champion.